Welcome to Brick Trains. I'm Joey, and we got another haul for the tram. So this one is from Train World. Yeah, this is going to be our reversing unit and some other pieces and parts that we need to get the reversing unit working. So brief recap, we are pulling out the monorail and we're going to install the city tram, this one, and we're going to it's going to be a point to point, back and forth, standard track, and basically it's all the just like the tram was, out of the box, except that it has a 9-volt motor in it. So this is the reversing unit. Let's get it open and see what we got. This may not be a very long haul because I don't plan to build this stuff in this video. I say I don't plan to. I don't plan to. That's going to be another video. I'm going to have to do a lot of kind of setup work. We still don't have the monorail off. We still have to get the monorail off the layout and plan the new track. You would think, okay, plan a new track, it's just going to be a straight line, right? It is, but we got to figure out ballasting. We're on Mills plates. Well, yeah, we ballasting's a big part of it. Plus, we've got to incorporate the stations. So we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Okay, so what do we have in the box? We have this recycled paper. It's recycled cardboard packing. I don't know if they've got a machine for that. I mean, it's recycled. Look, there's a label from something else. Okay, I'll throw that down there. And what's the first thing we have? Okay, the first thing we have is a power supply. This is a 12-volt power supply. Walthers. What we're going to use this for is, this is going to be the power supply for the reversing unit. It needs its own power supply. It can't run off a track voltage. All right, so that's the first thing. Ooh. This, why is there only, oh, there's two. Okay. This is the opto sensor. Okay, and that's those two little diode looking things in that bag. Yeah, I don't know if that's focusing, but I ordered those. This is a spool of wire. Just ordered a spool of wire because we're going to need a spool of wire. And this is the packing slip. And then this is the Holy Grail. The AR2. The AR2 from, well, it should be from Circuitron. Yep. Circuitron 800-5401. And I think part of those numbers are Train World's numbers, because everything seems to have a number like that. So what do we got here? Let's open this up. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, which is cool. That makes it easier to wire to. We're going to actually, is there a date on this? Because I kind of thought this is the AR2 revision B. Okay. And I did not need to, I couldn't figure this part out. That is more opto sensors. So we have 4 opto sensors. I could never really figure out, based on Train World's website, if it included the opto sensors or not. Yeah, this 800, not that anybody cares. This it's so blurry. 800-5401, I think is their part number. They've just went ahead and stuck it right on top of the manufacturer's label. Okay, man, this has made a mess. All right, here's what we got. We have an electronic circuit board. So these are the relays. I'm looking at this. Let's see. I kind of looked at the instructions on this already, but these are the relays. These are what's going to switch the polarity back and forth to make the tram switch directions. These two wheels here are the adjustments for the opto sensor. So based on the ambient light in the room, you adjust these until, let's see, how's that go? You adjust them until the light, so it goes from dark to light. So however much light is in the room, as soon as it turns on, because you go all the way to 0, and as soon as it turns on, that's your point where it's like, oh, okay, that's the ambient light, so there's not a train sitting over the top of the circuit. So you make that just that. I know that's not very clear. We'll get to it later. The 2 LEDs that say the circuit's met or that something's on the opto sensor. This blue one here is the delay. So when it sees something over an opto sensor, the train stops, it shuts the voltage off, and then it waits a predetermined amount of time. It's from 0 seconds all the way up to, I think they said several minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. So that's just the delay. So it goes from one end and it delays, waits, then it switches the voltage, goes to the other end, switches. It doesn't switch the voltage, it switches the polarity. So that's what this is. All these little, these are your track power. They're going to come from the Lego transformer. It goes in and then out. This is the power that we're going to get from here. And these are the, let's see, one of these is the common from both opto switches, and then the 2 different switches. And then the delay is, there's another module you can use, I think, that lets you do like multiple stop points. So instead of just point to point, you could do like a trolley going through a town, and it stops at like 2 or 3 stations or something. And I think adjustable delay or something on that. But at any rate, that I think believe that's what that is. All that is, whoa, throw it around. Because I believe all that is if you ground that delay pin here, it just causes the train to stop and run the delay time. Yeah, I think that's what it does. Okay, so we got wire, we got power, we have 2 sets of opto switches, and we have the reversing unit. So we are on our way to getting this going. So yeah, I know this is a short haul, but it's an important haul because this is the brains behind the whole thing. And for everybody that's a big Lego purist and they're like, you're not running Lego, you can't do this, you can't, whatever. Lego doesn't make this. For starters, Lego doesn't make this. They make everything for children, right? So everything has to be basically plug and play for Lego. This is not plug and play. This is going to actually require, well, you can either clip it on or solder it on. This is all going to have to be soldered. These pieces are going to have to be soldered. You know, obviously wire, the power supply, that's all going to have to be soldered. So this is way more advanced, and Lego doesn't sell those kinds of things. And so you got to go after third party. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of the third party Lego people who are Lego compatible, they're not doing this kind of stuff. So I'm going with this. This is older too. I wish I could find a manufacturing date on this stuff. There just is no manufacturing dates. There's not even a manufacturing date on this board, just that it's a revision B. Yeah, I think some of this stuff is at least 10 years old. Now that may be that, you know, I don't know that this board was made 10 years ago. There's a simpler version of this. This was the last one Train World had. And I went back and double checked. When I bought this one, the next day when I went back and checked, it showed sold out. There's another version of this one that is cheaper, but they have a lot more of them. So I don't know if it's more popular or what, but it's also, well, I don't want to say it's older. It's just, it's more simple. It doesn't have the delay. So as soon as the opto sensor's made, it just reverses the train, which gives you this really jerky back and forth, which is not what we want. So that might be fine in some applications. I know they advertise it as good for mine trains or coal trains or things like that, whereas the end point may not be visible. So you may not necessarily see it jerking, or it's in a tunnel or something. So, okay, I think I'm done yammering for the moment. We have the parts. Now it's time. The next video should be getting the monorail off and possibly start figuring out how we're going to do the track. All 9 volt track, obviously. And yeah, then maybe we'll get this wired up. They'll probably be getting the monorail track out, starting to lay the new track. Then there's going to be a video about this, and we'll do a test run video where we'll just do a short section where I can control all of it. Probably use like some alligator clips to hook this stuff up instead of permanently soldering or wiring anything. And then we'll do the final show and tell video. That's all I got for now. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like, it helps my analytics. Leave a comment, and if you really want to, join our memberships. We call it the passenger list. Every other Friday, we do the A-Fool podcast. A couple great guys like Earl and Jabo, Mardi Gras Man, and Brixar. We do a podcast about old Lego. It's a good time. Give it a watch.